Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Dave, and today we're going to read Babar's Little Girl by Laurent de Brunhoff. There was wonderful news in Celesteville. Celeste was going to have another baby. Babar was hoping for a little girl, so there would be just as many girls as boys in their family. Celeste was heavy and round. She got tired easily. When Babar and Arthur went riding on their bikes, she rode in a carriage pulled by 2 giraffes. One day Celeste was resting under a tree. All of a sudden she called out to Babar, "Quick, get Dr. Kopelus and an ambulance. The baby is about to arrive." But before the doctor could get there, the baby was born. It was a girl. The baby was named Isabelle. Celeste loved to show her off at every opportunity. Pom, Flora, and Alexander were enchanted with their new little sister, and so was everyone else. Isabelle was an amazing baby. She was only a few weeks old. When she was only a few weeks old, she could already stand in her cradle. She liked to throw her toys at her brothers and sister. Her appetite was astounding, and from the moment she got up in the morning, Isabelle was full of energy. But often Babar was sleepy. He had spent much of the night trying to comfort Isabelle when she cried. Soon, Isabelle was starting to walk. At first she would take a few steps and fall if other children weren't there to catch her. But then one day she walked all by herself. Everyone was proud of her. Sometimes Isabelle's brothers and sister were exasperated with all the noise she made, shouting and blowing her trumpet, but they still always played whatever game she wanted. And sometimes Isabelle could be very quiet. She loved to watch insects in the grass. The grasshopper was her favorite. One day, all the children were out taking a walk. They saw a group of hippos sunbathing. One of the hippos was sitting on a turtle. "Help, help, I'm being squashed," cried the turtle. Sir, I wonder if you could just please roll over a bit," Isabelle asked. But the hippo refused. "Let's push him away," said Isabelle, and so they did. "Thank you," said the grateful turtle. With each passing year, Isabelle's family loved her more and more. For her birthday, Babar and Celeste gave a wonderful party. All her friends were invited. Because Isabelle loved music so much, her parents asked the musicians of the Royal Guard to play. The old lady prepared the buffet and a spectacular birthday cake. Isabelle was overjoyed with her birthday presents: a pair of roller skates and a cassette player with earphones. While out for a spin on her new skates, she noticed a cat up in a tree. She thought it was lost. "Kitty, come down," she called. "I will help you." But the cat stayed right where it was. Isabelle waited and waited until the cat made up its mind to come down. Isabelle held the cat in her arms and skated home. She had forgotten it was dinner time, and when she came back, Babar scolded her. Isabelle's feelings were hurt. She hid behind a bush. Later, Babar tried to explain that she shouldn't disappear without telling them where she was going. But a few days later, the same thing happened. The whole family went for a walk in the mountains. When it was time to go home, Isabelle was nowhere to be found. "Where can she be?" asked Celeste anxiously. Isabelle had no idea that anyone was worried about her. She was having a fine time. She played hide and seek by herself. She pretended she was out on a road hitchhiking. She walked, she ran, she skipped, and she jumped. She was very happy and sang loudly. Once again, Isabelle had completely forgotten about the time. She wandered farther and farther until she reached the Blue Valley, a place Celeste had told her about many times. I would like to go to that house on top of the hill, but how can I cross the river? Isabelle wondered. She walked along the shore until she saw an old elephant in a motorboat. Hello, sir, she shouted. Would you please come and take me across? The old elephant was happy to help Isabelle out. I have taken travelers across the river for so many years that I never missed the landing, even though I cannot see well anymore, he told her. After she got out of the boat, Isabelle thanked the old elephant for the ride and hurried to the house. Anybody home? She called out. A moment later, two gentlemen appeared at the door. I'm Isabelle, she said. I'm Babar, said the plump gentleman. I'm Picardy, said the tall gentleman. I'm looking for someone to play with, Isabelle told them. You have come to the right place, said the two gentlemen together. Isabelle was thirsty and hungry after her long trip. Babar and Picardy gave her orange juice and some cookies. Would you like to play hide and seek? Said Babar. That's my favorite game, said Isabelle. She hid behind the sofa, but Babar found her right away. Isabelle ran off looking for a better place to hide. The old house was full of surprises. Isabelle found a room covered with mirrors. She was fascinated by all the little Isabelles. Later, Picardy stood at his head and demonstrated yoga. Isabelle and Babar tried it too. Isabelle was a lot better than Babar. Then the two gentlemen taught her to play poker. Babar and Picardy loved jazz. Isabelle didn't have her trumpet with her, so she played the drums. Her new friends also taught her how to tap dance. What a day, cried Isabelle. At 7 o'clock, they went downstairs to watch television. There was Babar on the screen. Our little girl has disappeared, he said. Isabelle, if you are listening, please come home right away. Isabelle was very upset. I did just what Papa told me not to do, she said, and now everyone is worried about me. Her two friends were upset too. Let's take Isabelle back in our car right away, said Babar. We can't, said Picardy. Remember, the car is being fixed. Then what will we do? Asked Isabelle. After a moment of silence, Picardy said, the quickest way back to Celesteville is to fly on our hang gliders. Does she have the courage? Babar wondered aloud. I am strong and brave, replied Isabelle. I would love to fly. From the top of the mountain, they took off on their hang gliders. Isabelle rode on Picardy's back. Hold on tight, he warned her. Isabelle's heart was racing. She was flying like a bird. Far below was Celesteville. We are coming in for a landing, cried Picardy, right on the terrace of the palace. Picardy touched down nicely, but Babar had a bumpier landing. They had to help him down from a tree. Babar and Picardy folded up their hang gliders, and then they kissed Isabelle goodbye. Won't you come and meet my parents? Isabelle asked. I'm afraid we are busy tonight, said Picardy. Come and see us again, said Babar, and off they went. Then Isabelle heard someone calling her name. She ran down the stairs and saw Arthur and Zephyr. Arthur carried Isabelle on his shoulders. Pom, Flora, and Alexander were excited to see their little sister again. Welcome home, Isabelle, cried Pom. Why did you run away? Asked Flora. We missed you, said Alexander. After Isabelle told them what had happened, her brothers and sister wanted to learn how to hang glide too. You are so lucky, Isabelle, said Pom. How come all the exciting things happened to you? Arthur burst out laughing and said, "Isabelle, you have some imagination. You made all this up." "It's the truth," cried Isabelle indignantly. At last, Babar and Celeste were reunited with their little girl. They could hardly say a word. They were so grateful to have her back. Isabelle was happy to be home. She told her parents about her adventure, and they believed it all. They didn't make fun of her. When Isabelle finished her story, she fell asleep in her father's lap. "Our Isabelle is certainly special," said Babar. The end. If you like this story, I have many more to come, so like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.